Okay. My face is so red. All right. This looks like it's good. Hello. If I go super loud, it doesn't go to the yellow. Okay. So maybe that. Yeah, that's better. And then we'll turn this. I mean, that's so far down. That's probably good. Okay, so I'm gonna try this for like one more again. Oh, maybe that's actually what I want. Okay. So that doesn't do it. But that is callable. Okay, it's callable because it's none. So or does this include? No, it doesn't. Okay. Right, so that goes back to the request params. Or error any serialized user. Okay, so why don't I actually just implement this now? And I think this is going to be a user. And this is going to be actually I got that working before where I could say and then we can do this. Let's just do that. And then no more default exports. Okay. Hmm. Where do I use these guys? Okay, so I use them here. And this doesn't know what it is, so that's fine. Like it doesn't know, yeah, this isn't any. Okay, so what if I do this? Like somehow this knows, does this, no, that doesn't change the overload. So that's weird, I think. What if I do this? Um, so this knows somehow, because it's being defined right here, what these two are. So does that mean, no, I need to have the passport defined here. But could I make a function called add user serializers? Or could I use like passport.use? Or is that just for handler registration? Right. So let's look that up, actually. No. No AI chat necessary. Okay. To and from the session. The information that is stored is determined by the application, which supplies a serialized user and deserialized user. It doesn't even use its own done syntax here. But this adds a full user. And this pulls in these values. That looks like a profile transformation. Actually, I have no idea why it's not just passing the user. And then this one says it's pulling in the user, but it's not. It's using... I mean, this is using a user, but the type signature implies that it pulls it with an ID. Yeah, what are we doing in the Google strategy? That's where we're actually saving the user. But then we need to pass the user. Okay, so let's clean this guy up. So, what? Hold on. Google strategy. Okay, so profile. So that's the profile we want. We could do an await there, which is, I mean, maybe slightly better. And then this goes away. So we now have, and then we could do the same thing here. So this is kind of like a nested version. And then this can be, and then this doesn't take a return statement, does it? No. So I don't need to do that. Okay. That's probably good. And then this whole thing, I can just say configuration.google. Okay. So the email, then the user and profile upserts. That looks good to me. So this is where we get the user. And then what I'd like to do now in the serializer is just log what we're getting. Oh, I can actually remove this because I do it here now. So we'll say here, just user. Oh. What if I do this? Yeah, okay. So I'll do that in both places. And then get rid of that. Okay, let's try that. Expected payload to be plain object. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's log these two. No, that didn't restart. And the really bad part about that error message is if payload is actually this user object, then like, okay, did we get? Oh, okay. So it is going through this, but now the signing Okay. I don't know why I have to say, oh, maybe I never, oh, little doggies. Set up watch again. Okay, so here we go. So the user is not a plain object, and that's here. So, okay, so we'll do the ID situation here where we have a user that's been created and then dot ID oh, so that's an express user. I don't like that. I have to can I do that? No, it's just determining that to be okay, and then this needs to be ID, and then that's all good. Why doesn't this take more? Serialize user string or undefined. So it only takes like one TID. Or you can pass in, but those are private implementations. So both of these take an express user. Oh, one takes a request and a user. Okay, so this takes the user, so that's better. So here, that should be fine. And then here, I want to get the user. So this will be, this just feels like I wouldn't have expected this to be the way to do it. And now I need entity manager dot find one or fail user and then ID. Does it not have an example there? Micro ORM query. Where's the like basic? Yeah, okay. Where's the query? Yeah, why can't I do that? Oh no. There we go. Okay. And then awaits async. Okay, and then this doesn't need to be async. Okay, so that, in theory, should be what we need. Oh, interesting. So what does it give? Oh, I want to do, oh no, that's right. And then that should be an ID. So why is the signing taking that's very odd. Why is this choosing, or why does it get to have a full user object Why isn't the serialization happening? Yeah. So, okay, let's go from the beginning. And what's this temp folder? Okay, so this gives us a user. Oh, is this it? Right, is this it? Because this will give us the user. And where do we do that? In the router. Here. So that's the JWT, the response. So that's the call. Then we go next, and then that will go wherever it goes to this callback. And then we have passport handlers dot Google, which just calls authenticate. Oh. Session false and options. The state has a redirect, and then we call the JWT serializers JWT2. Oh, okay, here it is. So the issue is this guy is thinking that there is a user. So I could do it that way. I could just have, okay, and then micro. Not that, serializing. Okay, so that's what I want. So oh, so I can do JSON.stringify. I see. That's weird though, because I shouldn't have to serialize in the strategy. So let's not do that here. This guy should just return the user. Right, and then this guy, JWT to response, I get this request user, and I can do or I can do request.user.toJSON. Or this, to object. Okay, so let's try that. How do I get access to the entity? Okay, so then I really need access. Where am I using the entity stuff? Here. Does this thing have... No, it doesn't. Okay. Did I change anything? Yeah, that goes to EM. Entity transformer to object method. Okay. Wrap. Okay. Cool. So wrap the request user to object or to Pojo. What's the difference? I mean, I want a Pojo. Oh, and it even introduces express user. Maybe those are just like the same thing. Okay, so that should work. And now I don't need anything else except this guy. I do need to, well, that's getting the JWT. So that's signing the user into the JWT. Okay, so let's see what happens, because now this deserialize user, see, this is the problem. Maybe I actually do have to serialize. Or I guess I don't, because it's just pulling. Okay, so let's try this. I don't like the fact that there's no reciprocity to the serializer. Like in the token, I'm signing it and I'm turning it into an object. And then this guy is giving me the, like, I guess the value. Okay, so I should do it here. So, Jesus. We'll do this. Oh, I guess if it's returning it, wrap. Do I need to wrap it? No, what am I? Where's reserialization? Oh, you can call serialize. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's better. So how do you deserialize? I'll leave this for now. Because this is presuming that you're getting the user from the request, and that's an entity. So then when I pull it from the request, I also expect to get back an entity. And the request has that, right? Because here we're pulling the user from here, which is an actual entity. So populate hints. Okay, where's deserialization? What's this? Oh, that's not it. Is there an example where it deserializes and then reserializes? Or do you just call the entity manager like find? Okay, find winner fail. DTO. Only the FK. Oh, interesting. Oh, books.publisher. I see. Okay. Unpopulated relations are serialized. Driven by populate hints. By default, every relation is considered as not populated. Okay, so that's saying like I really want to object. Oh, that's interesting. So that will add the whole user. I don't want that. I want just this like one small. And in fact, I probably just want the user ID. And then I want to pull the user ID from this. So yeah, that makes way more sense. So this guy, I don't know what these do. I guess that returns. Yeah, in the context of this, I want to have that persisted, but I don't want. Oh. Yeah, like this should use the entity manager, and then everything else shouldn't. So this guy doesn't use that. Doesn't even know about it. Just adds the request user. And that's already been created as an object. And then what did I do here? Where do I use the entity manager here? Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. So this is the only one that persists it. So it like persists it and it makes it a POJO. And then the deserialized user has to call the database unless this just takes a user, which maybe I want to do. And then this doesn't need to call. Yeah, maybe that's better. Okay, I did some stuff. Let's see if any of this works. Cool, we got our little doggies. Here we need to make sure this cookie goes away. Okay, so that works. And then the cookie now is this big guy, and then the database has a user with a profile, and the profile is there. Okay, so this all looks good to me. Okay, so let's commit that. What did we change? So we added micro ORM to upsert here. Do we use wrap anymore? Yeah, we do, to Pojo. Here we simplified. We don't need the entity manager, do we? So let's get rid of that. And we took away the serializers. Here, I don't know what this is. I need to like ensure that we never yeah. Okay. File cache adapter. Okay, so that's a really weird default. And it is implicit, so let's get rid of that implicitness. Where do we instantiate it here? Okay, and then here, let's try that out. Okay, so I should have a new folder. Huh, temp. So random. And it doesn't even log anything. Metadata cache. Options. Oh. I don't know if that was a... Okay. Cool. So that's fine. We will commit that. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so what's next? I guess we've got the ability to sign up, and then you go to the dashboard, and the dashboard should set you up with Stripe for now. So we'll do that next. I will be back